What up? Happy Tuesday. So I took my girl and Shayna to Ashland Lake, and technically Shayna drove, so Shayna took us. But it was really cool, like last year I did all these hikes. I was discovering myself. I was, going through it, and just finding out exactly what my higher power felt like. Because I feel like there's a spiritual side to hiking. And now that, this is year 2 full effect, I've done it in Sedona, I've done it again out here, and now I carried a lot of shit up to the site, and then we stayed overnight and then hiked back. You find yourself in nature. I find myself in nature, especially when it's strenuous, and then you finally make the destination and you're just watching the destination. But being able to stay there and sit with it and not have to just hike back, now that was something different. That's something I recommend. Pitch the tent, start the fire, get it all going, cook, and then sit and listen to, that had a gang of frogs, so listen to the frogs. And then also being out there, and it was just us, all these thoughts of what if something stumbles across us or whatever, all the scary movies I fucking watched when I was younger or whatever, cross my mind, and it just sit there and be like, you know what, when it's my time, it's my time. Not that was going to happen, but the fear did come across. But just connecting, and then in the morning waking up, and then doing the prayers and gratitudes while there were dragonflies and all that stuff across that lake. It was beautiful. And I came back feeling a little bit different. I didn't come back and hate my job or anything like that. I came back and had a good night. And today, I just been processing all of it. On top of selling cars and doing the damn thing. And this discovery of self over the last almost 2 years, I don't want to say 6, they go that far back. This is different. This almost 2-year marker for me is something else. I don't obsess over death, although I think about being on my deathbed, and I think about smiling, and my kids, rubbing the tattoos that they get that match up with mine, saying, how can you be smiling, Dad? You're about to go, and me saying, I did everything I could to right my wrongs. I did everything I could to just find myself, discover and find, to define myself. I did everything I could to find a purpose, and in that I found a lot of things. What I'm able to do for others, what I'm able to do for myself. All this gym time and running and climbing and going in when I don't want to go in, and figuring out my bill situation and getting in relationships not working out, being in one that seems to be working out. All of these things that when I was younger, I never would have imagined I'd do at this age, older. And I just feel like I got more time. I'm like so looking forward to the future. I'm so looking forward to the next phase of my life. I have my partner, I talk about that all the time. You're in this phase this or phase that. And I did that for myself. I guess it's seasons of life or phases. I think when we're developing and we're growing and it's early on, it's phases, and then it becomes seasons. And a lot of those seasons have storms. Just like walking through those storms, trusting in God, trusting in my higher power, leaning on God, praying, not being able to sleep, looking up and saying, I can't sleep. Can you help me? And then being able to pass out. I can't sleep and I need to know what's going on here. Can you give me a dream? And then that happens. And then I'm out in the middle of nowhere in a tent. And I have this dream of being at this buffet. And like it's just all beat up and nobody cares about it. I'm talking to the owner like, hey man, like, and they're telling me like what's up with it and all that. I try to give this like motivational speech of like how, remember when you wanted to start this and like you had all this passion, like use that fire, where's that dress you wore when you and just the response in the dream. And I woke up laughing, and then I woke up thinking, why did I have that dream? I know I look into my dreams so much nowadays than I did before. And I was kind of hoping for like this magical, on the peak of a mountain type of dream. And that's not what happened. And it was comical, and I laughed while I was waking up. At least I was smiling, and then I was like, I had the weirdest dream ever. And I've been thinking about that, the last couple of hours actually, more now than ever. And I was thinking about like, why did I have that dream? Why was it different? And I realized that like, I think what it was a break from all the spiritual shit that I've been asking for. Just this comical thing. It's like, hey, just because you made it to the mountaintop and you're next to the lake doesn't mean you have to have some epiphany about life. I got to connect with my daughter in conversation and not do anything but connect music. I got to connect with my daughter and show somebody the relationship I have with my daughter, and so they can see how that's built over where I was. They didn't know me then. I look back and I think about all the things. I'm starting to feel more nostalgic about these last couple of years almost. I like to keep saying almost because it's not there yet. And it just gives me so much hope. So much hope. I don't find myself needing these videos like I was 6 months in, a year and a half in. I don't find myself needing to write the storm down and how I'm getting through it, because I've just been doing it so much that when there's a struggle, it's like boom, I go right into it. And I know that there's gonna be some storms on their way. There's storms on their way, you know? And sorry, I'm flipping it over. My arm's heavy. Yes, I know I shouldn't drive fucking this shit, but I don't have the thing, so. Anyways, oh, this works out perfect, I guess. So, I think that's a good sign. I think that the not needing this means that I'm in this place of serenity that I didn't think was possible. And it's here. There's some stuff I'm dealing with that like I'm sad about, but there's just like so much trust right now that I have, not only in God but just in the future. And there's so many things that could just fall the fuck apart, and I'm just not worried. In a short period of time, I've gone out of state and did that, and I feel like I'm in a season of life that isn't a battle. You know, it's not like this fucking grind. It's a good season. I like the season I'm in. So, this is more of a check-in, if anything. I was so worried about, like, what car am I going to take? All that shit. And I did a video, but I didn't post it. I don't think I did. I don't really go back and watch these. Where I was like, hey, man, I'm stressed about the fucking car. I'm stressed about what car I'm going to take. All this stuff. And then I just went in motion, and, you know, and Shayna was like, hey, can I drive? And I'm like, man, yeah, you know. And then certain things didn't happen, certain people didn't go, certain kids didn't go, and it just worked out. And all those things that I was like kind of stressed about, not, I wouldn't say to the point of where there was a pit in my stomach, but just kind of stressed about, they all dissipated. There was a money situation where I was like, man, I need to pay for this, and like it was on my desk, you know, like there's a season of life that I want to come, and I'm trusting in the process of how it is right now. And I'm truly, truly grateful for where I'm at currently. And so yeah, it's a check-in. That's all I got. I hope that whoever watches this, if you're like, man, he seems kind of like everything's good or whatever, go back. Just go back. Go back fucking, like, go back a year. Just swipe up all the fucking videos. Just listen how hard it's been for me. This shit ain't been easy. This shit's been fucking a battle. It's my blueprint to my 2 years, man. It's my blueprint. It's not yours. You don't have to do what I did. But if you try some of it, I guarantee you it's going to make you feel better. How can it not? How can, like, when I was stuck in a house isolating, wanting to kill myself, wanting to die, and now I go on these like 2.5 hour, 3.5 hour drives out to the middle of fucking nowhere at my age, and I'm experiencing nature, which I fucking didn't like. I've been in this state for 20 years, and the last 2 now, almost 2, I've gone on these hikes. I hated this state. If I had started out, like, if I woulda, shoulda, coulda, but I am now. So it's, you know, and it all had to happen by me getting all stupid and dumb. That's it. That's all I got. I'm out.